Hi guys, how's it going today? It is February already. Oh my gosh. I've had a crazy holiday season since my last video, and I know I've heard from quite a number of you, when are you having a new video go up? And it's just been busy, and I haven't had a whole lot of gardening going on. I have been so preoccupied working on the inside of my house with the remodel that I haven't even really added new house plants. I've added a couple, but nothing really exciting to note, no new projects that are garden related. So it's been kind of a interesting winter actually so far, and now here we are in 2020, and it's going to be an awesome year. There's been a lot of changes around here. I know when I first started this channel and I started this journey with you all, I was really focused on container gardening. And since I've moved into this new home and I have this huge yard that's behind me, I've been sitting here wondering, what do I do with my channel? I have so many possibilities, and I got stalled, like content block, from over possibility. You know, when you've got just a very narrow perspective, it's easy to just kind of stay within those boundaries and keep churning things out, you know, new colors, new options, new plants, you know, new containers, new ways to put them together. But moving into here, it seemed like such a shift. Like it freed me up to be able to do so many new things, and I've spent the last few months just really thinking about what I want to do with this beautiful gift that I have in this enormous space. And I've decided that I'm gonna go a little bit different direction with the channel this year, and I hope that you're gonna be on board with me, because I think it's gonna be really exciting. I want to do a lot more kind of homestead type things, but I live in the city, so I'm thinking more Burbstead. You know, I haven't seen a whole lot of that content out there as a big presence. I know it's there. I've seen blogs for it. I've seen a couple of channels for it, but something that is really kind of dedicated to, you know, being self-sufficient within an urban presence, and being able to show that you can do things in a small scale and a large scale, and how you can graduate those up depending on the space that you have. Because I think that you should work to make the fullest advantage of the space that you're given, whether you have an apartment and a tiny windowsill, or if you have a giant farm with multiple acres. So I want to be able to do some things within this channel that are really fun and exciting, to be able to show how you can do something on a small scale and how you can graduate it up into a bigger scale. So we're not losing containers, we're not losing small space gardening, all of that is going to stay. We're just going to do it in a greater way and add in some other things, because I realized during the winter time, when I didn't have anything to plant, all I was left with was houseplants, and to be perfectly honest, it's not really my forte. I love houseplants. I think that they're amazing. They bring such joy to my heart when I wake up in the morning and I see a plant in every single room of my house. But I am so much better at outside plants, and I think that I'm not the only one. Some people are just really great at indoor gardening and indoor house plants, and there are some amazing channels out there. I know Plantarina is one of my favorites. If you're looking for one and you haven't found her yet, check her out. She is awesome. But that's not really what I'm going for here, and I want to be able to share some of these things. So let me tell you a little bit more about what some of the plans are that we have for this year. So the first thing that I want to be able to do is I want to be able to clear out all of the evergreens in the front yard and build in new flower beds, and have that really be kind of focused on what is your curb appeal, and how does your house present itself in an urban setting, and then how can you incorporate different things as we go along here in time. This year I have a ton of beautiful plants that are planned for that space, and I'd like to be able to get to the point over time where I'm incorporating some different vegetables and things that can feed a family or feed an individual or a couple that you can use if that's only the limited space that you have, but you want something that's beautiful at the same time. And as we move into the backyard behind me, what I want to be able to do is I want to just fill it. I want it to just be an explosion of color and food and life, and be able to do that in the most responsible way possible too, because there's a lot of ways that you can do that and take some shortcuts that may not be the most responsible products available, and I want to be able to do it in a way that's also economical, because everybody's working with different budgets, and some people can afford to do a lot and some people can afford to do something much smaller. So I want to be able to cross the entire playing field for everybody, so anybody can be able to look at something and say, I can do that. And I want it to also be an option for people to be able to look at gardening as something anybody can do, because if I can do it, then absolutely you can do it. I promise you can do it. But I think that gardening is the most amazing thing in the whole world, and being able to, you know, plant a seed and watch it grow and take care of it, and then eventually have it reward you with either beautiful blooms or beautiful harvest is just outstanding to me. I think that the way that nature works and the way that our world is built to be able to do this is just, it's just incredible. So one of the other things that we want to work on this year is being able to add in some cooking videos and be able to take things that you've grown in your garden and turn them into an actual meal. And that's one of the things that I'm really personally challenging myself on this year to be able to do, and really trying to be thoughtful in what I am planning for my garden, for what I actually eat, rather than, oh, this looks pretty and I'm just going to grow it, but then I don't know what to do with it and it goes to waste and you feel horrible. Or you end up just giving everything away and you don't actually get to enjoy the fruit of what you've actually put work into. So I want to work on that. I'd like to be able to take some of those ingredients and turn them into other household products and be able to use those and incorporate those in my daily life. And then I also want to be able to have rabbits. I have that sweet little fluffy dog that is out here running around behind me today. She is not so great with other dogs. She doesn't like sharing attention, and while I would love to have another pet, I just know that it would break her heart to have another dog around here. She's gonna be 14 here in just a few days, and I know she's gonna be 14. She doesn't look like it. She certainly doesn't act like it by that sass that's out there. But I know that it would just break her heart to have to share attention with any other dog here through the rest of her golden years. So I was looking at what other animals could I possibly have, and I really wanted a chicken. I so wanted a fluffy chicken or a silky chicken or something like that. But unfortunately, the zoning restrictions to be able to have fowl in your backyard, my backyard doesn't quite meet that requirement. Even though it is so large, it's not wide enough for me to be able to actually have a chicken within my actual space, which is sad. So I'm looking instead at rabbits, which would be really great because I would be able to use their manure for my garden and my flower beds and things like that, and then also be able to have something else to take care of and cuddle and run around, and my dog to have something that would be entertaining to her. She's had a bird over the course of most of her life up until the last about year and a half. The last bird that I had actually passed away, but she was very sad when that happened. Like, she seemed very depressed and dismal, and she always really liked being able to interact with it. So I'm hoping that this would give her something that she could interact with and at the same time not feel like she's losing attention from me from it. So that's another plan that I have this year, and currently trying to find the best spot to put the rabbit hutch. I'm hoping to adopt 2 females, and I'm not looking to breed. I'm not looking to raise and harvest meat or anything like that. It's purely for personal fulfillment and so that way I can use the byproduct of the rabbits within my garden. But I'm looking at probably 2 lops. I'm not quite sure exactly what size. I've kind of fallen in love with French lops, which I know are large. Everybody's told me that. They're almost as large as my dog. But looking at something like that, or, you know, maybe something, if sometimes the shelters in the area come up with rabbits and they come in pairs occasionally and they're already bonded, and maybe something like that, because at the end of the day, rabbits all do the same thing. They just look a little different. But anyway, that is some of the major plans that I have for this year, and I'd love to take you along with it. I'd love for you to join me in that and be a part of what is going to be happening here at Sunflowers and Stoops. And I am hoping that you're looking forward to it too. If there is anything that you want to see over the course of this next year, any kind of ideas, questions, anything like that you just want to try, or say, hey, let's do a challenge. I think challenges are great. Say, you know, during this month, let's focus on working on this, or let's try this, or you know what, I'd love to see a comparison planting video and see different varieties and how they perform in different scenarios. Any of those ideas stand out to you, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think, what would be your favorite video to watch, and let's do it together, and let's share and create kind of a community here. So speaking of community, if you have not followed me on Instagram, please make sure to do so. I will put a link down here below, so that way you can zip right over to my Instagram page and subscribe and catch up on videos in the midst of catch up on projects in the midst of weekly videos. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel and this is your first video watching, then hello, thank you for joining us. And I hope that you will go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and hit that little bell that is below your screen to get notifications when we have new videos coming out, so you don't miss anything. I hope you guys are excited about this gardening season. I am excited, and I can't wait to grow something great with you. So have a great day, you guys.